The bachelor party was 3 days before the wedding. I went to pick up Ryan and walked in on them playing a game. Stacy approached, holding a glass of drinks. Grace, you're marrying Ryan in 3 days. Since you're late tonight, by our rules, you have to take a penalty shot, Stacy said, pushing the glass of drinks closer to me, her smugness unconcealed. I gave Stacy a cold glance, then shifted my gaze to Ryan behind her. Ryan's lips curved into a smile, his eyes filled with doting affection as he gazed at Stacy, as if in this entire world, she was the only one he saw. Seeing me remain silent, Stacy turned to Ryan. How about this? If won't drink, I'll take a penalty shot for her. Before could finish, Ryan snatched the glass of drinks from her hand. It's not good for a girl to drink. Stacy chuckled, playfully punching Ryan's arm. You're so thoughtful. Ryan's eyes twinkled with a smile as he tilted his head back, downing the drinks in the glass in one gulp. Watching their intimate interaction, oblivious to anyone else, I felt my heart ache as if it were brutally squeezed by a giant hand, making it almost impossible to breathe. She's a girl, and I'm not? Just moments before, when Stacy asked me to take a penalty shot, Ryan, my fiancé, whom I was set to marry in 3 days, remained completely silent. But the moment Stacy offered to drink, Ryan had already taken the glass from her hand. What more was there to understand? The smile on Ryan's face froze the instant my voice trailed off. Grace, don't overthink this. What interrupted Ryan was the resounding slap I delivered. Seeing this, Stacy pulled Ryan behind her. Grace, aren't you making a scene for nothing? Ryan and I are childhood sweethearts. What's wrong with him taking a drink for me? Everyone else chimed in to console me. You and Ryan are getting married in 3 days. You'll be family then, so this is just a small matter. Stacy scoffed. I couldn't be bothered to argue it. Stacy any further. I simply looked directly at Ryan, who had remained silent. I'll just ask you, are you coming or not? Ryan glanced at Stacy, then, after a long pause, spoke softly. I'm marrying you, and this bachelor party was specially arranged by my friends. I can't just ditch them. Before could finish, I turned and walked straight out of the private room. Once outside the private room door, I pulled my phone from my purse and dialed Robert's number. Dad, the wedding in 3 days? I'm not marrying Ryan. I'm marrying his brother, Marcus. Early the next morning, I returned to the bridal suite Ryan had prepared. With the wedding just 3 days away, there were many of my belongings in the bridal suite. Now that I wasn't marrying him, I naturally had to retrieve my things. The moment I opened the door, a wave of disgusting sounds reached my ears. Stacy's voice was so seductive it felt like it could melt bones, completely different from her demeanor last night. Last night, your little girlfriend got angry. How can you still be doing this? What if she finds out? She might dump you. Ryan's voice, consumed by passion, was hoarse. Don't worry. She's loved me for so many years, and now she finally gets to marry me. How could she refuse? Besides, you know why I'm marrying her. If it weren't to have a child, how could I marry her? Don't worry, once we're married and she gets pregnant and has the baby, I'll divorce her. Then we can be together openly. I'll give you anything you want, my Stacy. Amidst the sounds of their lovemaking and their intermittent sweet nothings, I finally understood that Ryan was only marrying me because he wanted someone to have a child for him. As I listened, tears streamed down my face. Actually, it wasn't just Stacy and Ryan who were childhood sweethearts, Ryan and I were too. I first met Ryan when I was 6 years old. Henry and Eleanor brought Ryan and Marcus to our house as guests, but at that time I was hiding in the garden nook, crying secretly because Eleanor had scolded me. Little stood before me, somewhat flustered by my tears. He frowned for a long while, seemingly unsure how to comfort me. Finally, he held out his hand to me. In his palm lay 2 pieces of candy. Don't cry. Here, have some candy. Pretty girls don't cry. After I took the 2 pieces of candy, the little boy chuckled. If you eat my candy, you have to be my bride. Though my eyes were blurred with tears, I couldn't clearly make out Ryan's face, but I still felt that prince from the fairy tales must have looked like Ryan. Even though being his bride was a joke, I took it seriously. From that day on, I became Ryan's shadow. Through elementary school, middle school, and high school, we were never apart. Until a year ago, when Ryan suddenly found me. Grace, let's be together. At the time, I thought my years of companionship had finally moved him, and I joyfully became his girlfriend. But it was only now that I realized Ryan was with me merely because he wanted a child. To spare Stacy the pain of childbirth, I had become the perfect baby-making machine. How ridiculous. I sat quietly on the living room sofa, listening to the sounds of their lovemaking from the bedroom, a self-inflicted torture. I don't know how much time passed before they finally emerged from the bedroom. The moment he saw me, a flicker of panic crossed Ryan's face. Grace? When did you get back? Why didn't you say something? I would have picked you up. Seeing me not answer, my eyes fixed on Stacy's face, Ryan hastily explained. I drank too much last night, and you weren't home. Stacy was worried about me, that's why she just came over this morning. Don't misunderstand. After saying this, Ryan carefully observed my expression, seemingly trying to discern something from my face. Seeing that my expression remained unchanged, Ryan finally breathed a sigh of relief. I was just about to come get you. We're getting married the day after tomorrow. Let's not fight, okay? I nodded, saying nothing more. Ryan was right, we were getting married the day after tomorrow. To avoid unnecessary trouble, I didn't plan on telling him about the change in groom. I couldn't be bothered to deal with them anymore and walked straight into the bedroom to pack my things. I'll be staying at my parents' house for the next 2 days. My mom said it's best for the bride and groom not to see each other before the wedding. Ryan and Stacy exchanged glances, a hint of delight flickering in their eyes simultaneously. I lowered my gaze, pretending not to notice the romantic tension between them. As I packed, I mocked myself inwardly. I didn't know if their acting was too good, or if I had been too foolish all this time, to never have noticed their relationship. That evening, after returning home, I began to meticulously organize all the memories Ryan and I had shared over the years. As I was deleting photos from my laptop, I suddenly realized Ryan had logged into his Discord on my laptop. As if by some mischievous impulse, I clicked to log in. The moment I went online, I saw messages constantly updating in a small group chat, the latest of which had been sent by Ryan himself. Where are we meeting tonight? I didn't drink enough last night. Let's drink until we drop today. Messages popped up one after another below. More messages continued to appear, mostly vile comments suggesting I was inferior to Stacy. Ryan's friends, eager for their companies to connect with ye, would call me sister-in-law to my face, but behind my back, this was their true nature. How disgusting. I was about to log out when Stacy's account suddenly sent a message to the group. It was a short video, about 30 seconds long. In the video, she and Ryan were passionately kissing, their intertwined lips and tongues clearly visible. The background of the video was the bridal suite Ryan and I were supposed to share, with our huge wedding portraits even hanging behind them. Stacy's message immediately followed the video. Don't be mad at Grace. If that Stacy knew her bridal suite and her man had been slept in by me countless times, she'd probably die of anger. Alright, see you at their usual spot later. After saving the chat logs and the video, I trembled as I logged out. I had always thought that the affair between Stacy and Ryan was known only to them, but it turned out that I was the only one kept in the dark all along. Ryan didn't contact me until the day of the wedding. On the wedding day, the Vance's bridal convoy arrived at the residence early in the morning, but the person who stepped out of the lead car was James, the Vance's butler, not Ryan. Perhaps fearing I would be upset, James quickly explained. There are many guests at the Vance today, and Ryan is too busy. That's why he sent me to pick up my bride. Grace, please don't worry, the Vance will ensure a grand celebration today. Before could finish, I raised a hand to cut him off. It's alright. Let's just go straight to the hotel. I wasn't marrying Ryan today anyway, so it was better if he didn't come. When I arrived at the bridal lounge, I saw people who shouldn't have been there. Ryan and Stacy. Stacy was sitting in front of the vanity mirror in the lounge, with Ryan standing behind her, his hands gently resting on her shoulders. Compared to me, they looked more like the protagonists of today's wedding. Seeing me arrive, Stacy stood up. Grace, you're here? Today is your and Ryan's wedding day. You don't mind if I come to the lounge to check on you, do you? I didn't want to hear Stacy's hypocritical words anymore. Grace? Who gave you permission to call me that? We're not that familiar, are we? And this is my lounge. Who allowed you to enter? Stacy looked utterly stunned, as if she hadn't expected me to refute her so mercilessly. The next second, Stacy looked at Ryan with a wronged expression, but her words were directed at me. What's wrong with you? Grace? Are you still upset about the bachelor party? It's been days, why are you still holding on to it? Forget it, today is your and Ryan's special day. If you really don't want me here, I'll leave. Stacy made to walk out, but Ryan grabbed her hand and pulled her protectively behind him. Grace? What's wrong with you today? Stacy just wanted to wish us well, why are you so pushy? You know Stacy is my childhood best friend. Not giving her face is not giving me face. At this point, I couldn't hold back anymore and delivered a sharp slap across Ryan's face. What kind of man are you anyway? Just a lazy loser who does nothing all day. What kind of face do you have with me? I'm telling you, if I hadn't loved you all these years, you wouldn't mean a thing in the Vance. A good-for-nothing who doesn't have half the capability of your older brother. Do you really think you deserve respect from me? And you should be calling me your sister-in-law now. Perhaps they hadn't heard my last sentence, or maybe everyone had been so focused on my love for Ryan all these years, but Stacy and Ryan showed no reaction to that statement. Seeing me strike Ryan, Stacy rushed forward to mediate. Oh, Grace, the wedding is about to begin, what are you doing? As she spoke, she tried to take my hand. I raised my arm to dodge her touch, but the next second, she fell to the ground in the direction of my raised hand, clutching her lower back and crying out in pain. My back hurts so much, it must be broken. Ryan, quick, help me. My back is killing me, Grace, even if you're angry, how could you push me? I sneered inwardly. I hadn't even touched her when I raised my hand. Ryan's face was also filled with anxiety. He quickly crouched down to check on Stacy, then looked up and shouted at me. Grace, you're going too far. Do you think just because we're getting married today, you can drop the act? It seems your gentle and kind demeanor all these years was just a facade. They were right, you're a diva, and it's disgusting. As the wedding time drew closer, I didn't want to get tangled up with them anymore and called my bodyguards directly. When the bodyguards entered, Ryan had just helped a seemingly in pain Stacy up from the floor. Seeing a group of bodyguards burst in, Ryan's face quickly darkened. Grace, what is the meaning of this? Do you think I have no power over you now? I'm telling you, if you truly provoke me, you'll never set foot in the Vance again. I will never forgive you. I couldn't be bothered to reply. I gestured to the bodyguards, and they immediately surrounded Ryan and Stacy. Marcus, please take your companion and leave. Seeing my complete lack of reaction to his threats, Ryan was enraged. Grace, the wedding is about to begin, what exactly are you doing? Don't think I have no power over you. If anything happens to Stacy today, I won't let you get away with this. I scoffed, about to speak, when a deep, resonant voice suddenly reached everyone's ears. Ryan, you've really outdone yourself. I'd like to see how you won't let your sister-in-law get away with this. The people who walked in from outside were none other than Marcus and Henry. Marcus wore a custom-tailored black suit, his hair meticulously styled. With sharp brows and piercing eyes, and long, slender legs, he exuded an imposing aura. Ryan quickly pulled Stacy close to him. Stacy also lowered her head, not daring to utter a sound. Marcus gave them a cold glance. Today is my and your sister-in-law's wedding day. What are you two doing making a scene here? Ryan, you've really outdone yourself now. Looking at Marcus standing before me, I realized I had truly been blind all these years. Of the two Vance brothers, Ryan had always been inferior to Marcus. After studying abroad, Marcus had single-handedly taken over Vance, rapidly expanding its reach to become Riverton's leading corporation today. Ryan, on the other hand, had shown no talent in Bucina's since childhood, focusing solely on art and performing for him, showing no interest in anything else. Standing together, the stark contrast between them was immediately apparent. Ryan rubbed his hands together, approaching Marcus, his face etched with flattery. Brother, you've misunderstood. Grace and I were just talking here, no scene, no scene. And, you didn't even tell me about something as big as getting married. Grace and I are also getting married today, so it seems the Vance has a double celebration. Oh, where's your wife? I don't see her. As your younger brother, I should go greet her. The moment Ryan's words fell, Henry's angry voice rang out. You scoundrel, what nonsense are you spouting here? Today is your older brother and sister-in-law's wedding day, and you're making a scene? Now, take this woman and get out. Stop making a spectacle of yourself here. Seeing's displeased face, Ryan didn't dare linger. He grabbed my hand, intending to pull me out. Don't you see Dad's angry? Let's go quickly. If we stay here any longer, and if my sister-in-law comes, see how you'll manage the situation. I shook off Ryan's hand, my eyes cold as I looked at the man I had loved for so many years. Ryan, have you not understood the situation yet? Today is my wedding day. This is my lounge. You're the one who should leave, not me. Now, take Stacy and get out, or things will get even uglier. Seeing and I still arguing, Stacy's lips subtly curled upward, and she spoke with a gracious demeanor, trying to persuade me. Grace, I know you're upset about Ryan and my relationship, but we've already explained that we're truly just good friends, nothing more. This occasion isn't for you to act out. Quickly rein in your diva attitude and come out with us. Ryan also looked at me impatiently, gritting his teeth as he spoke each word. Grace, if you don't leave now, I won't be able to help you later. Why can't you be half as sensible as Stacy? Stacy stepped forward, attempting to pull me, but I swung my arm back and slapped her hard across the face. I didn't touch you just now, you fell on your own. This slap, I'm giving it back to you. In my life, Grace, there is no such thing as being pushed around. And it's you two who can't understand simple words, not me. I told you, today is my wedding, and you two are the ones who should leave. Seeing me still speak this way, Ryan was so enraged he raised his hand high to strike me. Just then, Henry's voice changed from anger to fury. You scoundrel, are you out of your mind? Are you trying to hit your sister-in-law? Ryan's hand, suspended in the air, suddenly froze. He turned back in disbelief to look at Henry. Dad, have you lost your mind? This is Grace. She's my girlfriend, not some sister-in-law. Can't you even tell the difference between your sister-in-law and Grace? Marcus pulled me protectively behind him, looking at Ryan with a cold gaze. It's true the Vance family is having an arranged marriage with the Yi family, but the one marrying is me, not you. Grace is not your girlfriend, but your sister-in-law. Now, do you understand? Ryan's eyes were filled with astonishment, and he urgently sought an answer from me. How can this be? How can this be? Grace, tell them quickly, tell them you're my girlfriend, that they've got it wrong. Which guest here doesn't know you were supposed to marry me? Who doesn't know how much you've loved me all these years? How could you possibly marry my older brother? I scoffed, looking at the flustered Ryan. My fiancé just said it. I'm marrying into the Vance family, not you. As for your talk of love, that's just absurd. We grew up together, isn't it normal for us to be close? Why do you think that means love? You've misunderstood, Ryan. Everyone here is just good friends, wasn't that what you taught me? Hearing me say this, Ryan stepped forward, desperately trying to explain. Grace, are you still angry? Are you deliberate? Why trying to provoke me because I've been neglecting you these past few days? I was wrong, Grace, it's all my fault. If you're truly upset, I'll limit my interactions with Stacy from now on. Please don't make jokes like this with our marriage, okay? Before I could respond, Henry stepped forward and gave Ryan a hard kick. The wedding banquet is about to begin. Stop making a spectacle of yourself here. Now get out. If you mess up your older brother and sister-in-law's wedding, you'll see how I deal with you. Go stand aside. Henry signaled behind him, and several bodyguards in black suits rushed in and forcibly restrained Ryan. Ryan tried to do something, but the bodyguards held him down, unable to move. Marcus turned to me and extended his hand, his eyes filled with anticipation. The trouble is resolved, and the wedding is about to begin. Let's go, my fiancé. I gently curved my lips, placing my hand in Marcus's. As we waited to go on stage, Marcus's gaze remained on my face, making me a little uncomfortable. Why are you staring at me? What is it? Seeing my fiery demeanor just now, do you want to call off the wedding? We haven't gone on stage yet. If you want to call it off, it's not too late. The moment my words fell, Marcus chuckled, then took my hand. You don't know how long I've waited for this day. Even now, with you standing beside me, it still feels like a dream. Grace, you have no idea. Marcus's ambiguous words left me completely bewildered. I was about to ask when I saw Eleanor and Robert walk over to me. Eleanor came up to me, gently took my hand, her eyes teary. You're finally getting married today. Marrying, Eleanor can rest assured. So many things have happened over the years that Eleanor didn't dare tell you for fear of burdening you. But thankfully, you two finally found your way to each other. Robert also placed a hand on Marcus's shoulder and patted it, his gaze, however, on me. Live well with Marcus from now on. Marcus will treat you well. Hearing and Robert's words, I was somewhat astonished, not understanding what they meant. I looked at Marcus questioningly, but he merely smiled lightly, his eyes seeming to hold a galaxy of stars as he looked at me. When I was 10, I met a little girl. I coaxed her with 2 pieces of candy to be my bride, but she broke her promise. All these years, your eyes were only for Ryan. I left the country in a fit of pique, thinking I would miss my chance with you. I never expected that today, I would still be standing by your side. I was somewhat taken aback. It turned out I had recognized the wrong person from the very beginning. At the same time, I was so moved by his hidden affection that I was speechless. What if I had really gotten engaged to Ryan? Marcus gently pulled me into his embrace, his movements as light as if he were holding a rare treasure. Then I would have continued to manage Vance, just as I am now. And after your wedding, I would have handed Vance over to Ryan. Even if he is untalented, Vance is a vast and influential corporation, and it would ensure you a lifetime of financial security. I was immeasurably moved by Marcus's words, but before I could ask anything more, the MC gestured for us to come up on stage. I stood on the stage, looking at the ballroom filled with flowers and the man beside me. Thank you, Marcus, for coming into my life. He curved his lips, pressing a kiss to the back of my hand. It should be me thanking you, Grace, for choosing me. Just then, an enraged voice, breaking into a raw shout, shattered the beautiful atmosphere. No. I won't allow it. Everyone turned to the sound, only to see Ryan, having struggled past the security, run onto the stage. He grabbed my hand. No, Grace, you can't marry my brother. Everyone here knows you're my girlfriend, that you've loved me for years. How can you marry my brother? Grace, I know you're angry, but you can't make light of something as important as marriage. Please, come back with me, okay? The guests exchanged gossip-hungry expressions, discussing in hushed tones. That's Ryan, the second Vance's son. I heard Grace was originally dating him. That's right, we know too. They dated for years. It's no wonder he's so agitated that his fiancé was taken. This is quite something, forcing two brothers to turn against each other. The bodyguards moved to stop Ryan on stage, but I raised a hand, halting their actions. With such a scene unfolding today, if I didn't clarify things, Marcus and I would be the laughingstock of our social circle for a long time. I pulled my hand from Ryan's grasp, speaking in a cold voice. Ryan, you are now my younger brother-in-law. I originally wanted to spare your dignity, but since you're so shameless, don't blame me. You know better than anyone why we've reached this point. You yourself didn't cherish what we had, and now you come apologizing. Do you truly understand your mistake? I doubt it. Ryan shook his head repeatedly, hastily denying it. It's truly a misunderstanding, truly a misunderstanding. You've misunderstood Stacy and me. We truly are just good friends, with no improper relationship whatsoever. If you really mind, Stacy and I will definitely be more careful in the future. I delivered a hard slap to his face, finding his lack of responsibility utterly disgusting. Ryan, if you had frankly admitted it, I would have respected you as a man of integrity. You say it's a misunderstanding, then tell me, what were you two doing in the master bedroom the day before yesterday morning? Do I have to spell out all the facts before you realize your mistake? Hearing me say this, a flicker of panic crossed Ryan's face, but he still stubbornly tried to argue. So you were already back that day, you really did misunderstand, Grace. I was really drunk that day, and you were angry and not home. Stacy only came to check on me because she was worried. Things truly aren't how you imagine them to be. I scoffed. Even at this point, Ryan was still trying to argue. Then what about her performing for him in the bridal suite? Every corner of that bridal suite was decorated by me personally, every item was chosen by me. Do you really think I don't know whether there was a musical instrument in that bridal suite? Ryan, I've been too good to you all these years, which is why you've always been treating me like a fool. My words caused an uproar among the entire audience. Oh my goodness, this Ryan is utterly disgraceful. Doing something like that with his mistress in the bridal suite? Even though few good men exist in our social circle, to be messing around in the bridal suite before even getting married, that's just too insulting. Good thing Grace found out beforehand. If she'd found out after the wedding, it would have been an even bigger scandal. Ryan completely panicked, muttering incessantly. How is that possible? How is that possible? That night, you already suspected then? Why didn't you say anything at the time? Ryan disgusted me so much that I didn't want to spare him any more dignity. I gave a signal to the staff member controlling the screen beside me. Behind me, the large screen switched displays, beginning to play a video. There were two segments in the video. One was the video I had saved from the Discord group. The other was the recording I made outside the bridal suite door the day before yesterday. Don't worry. She's loved me for so many years, and now she finally gets to marry me. How could she refuse? Besides, you know why I'm marrying her. If it weren't to have a child, how could I marry her? Don't worry, once we're married and she gets pregnant and has the baby, I'll divorce her. Then we can be together openly. I'll give you anything you want, my Stacy. Every word was heard clearly by everyone present. This is truly an animal. If it weren't for the Yi family back then, Vance would have been and gone. And he still schemes against Grace like this. Isn't that right? And he still has the nerve to be openly questioning me. Who gave him the audacity? He still wants Vance? This, in both character and ability, how can he compare to his older brother? The moment the video played, Ryan's legs gave way, and he sank to his knees. The guests' discussions grew louder and louder, and Ryan's face grew paler and paler. Just then, Stacy suddenly rushed onto the stage, looking at Ryan with concern, then glared at me. Grace, how could you pressure him like this? As his girlfriend, you never cared how difficult it was for him to achieve his ambitions advance, and he had to keep all that to himself. And you still have the nerve to say you've loved him for so many years? Your love is truly worthless. As for what happened between Ryan and me, I simply felt so sorry for him. We just couldn't help ourselves. Grace, you're simply not worthy of Ryan. My feelings for Ryan are genuine. Ryan's current predicament was that of a pariah in everyone's eyes, and for someone as proud as him, he was now being condemned by all in public. Everyone present today was from the same social circle. With this incident, Ryan's reputation was ruined. And at such a moment, Stacy still stood by his side, defending and explaining for him. Ryan looked at Stacy with immense gratitude, even his eyes welling up with tears. Meanwhile, listening to Stacy turning the tables, I almost burst out laughing. My love isn't worthless? Did I have to witness his infidelity, tolerate him having a mistress, and even passively accept him treating me as a baby-making machine for my love to be considered priceless? Couldn't help ourselves was even more absurd. It was the typical ploy of an adulterous couple, to romanticize an affair as true love. But before I could refute, I heard Marcus scoff beside me. Couldn't help yourselves? Genuine feelings? Stacy, do you even believe what you're saying? You may NK others don't know what you've done, but I do. Stacy's face turned pale, and she bit her lower lip tightly, instantly falling silent. Oh? It seemed there was something I didn't know. Marcus paid no attention to Stacy's embarrassment. He took my hand, his gaze sweeping over the guests below the stage. The first time I met Miss Stacy was at Ryan's 18th birthday celebration. She was Ryan's so-called good friend. From that day on, I don't know how Miss Stacy got my contact information, but she would constantly send me messages and call me, saying suggestive things. Seeing that I didn't respond, she even personally cooked and delivered meals to the Vance lobby every day, waiting in the office building lobby. But at that time, I already had Grace in my heart, so I never gave her any response. I thought that would be the end of it, but I never expected Miss Stacy to end up with my younger brother. So, Stacy, your genuine feelings for my younger brother are quite cheap, aren't they? Perhaps because the incident had happened years ago, Stacy thought Marcus had no evidence and, gritting her teeth, tried to deny it. Marcus, I know you're marrying Grace today and want to speak up for her, but you can't twist facts and fabricate stories like this. I am a girl. Do you know how important a girl's reputation is? Marcus gave her a cold glance, his eyes regarding her as if she were trash. Are you implying that I, Marcus, would slander some woman who appeared out of nowhere? Message records and call logs can be retrieved from any telecom service center. All phone numbers are registered accounts now. Not to mention you used to wait for me downstairs at the company every day. Anyone could confirm that. Do you think denying it now has any meaning? Marcus's words were logical and well-reasoned. Although denied it, her expression was palpably guilty. Who among those present wasn't shrewd people? Everyone could tell who was being truthful and who wasn't. Couldn't ensnare Marcus, so she turned to seduce Ryan. Aren't women like that common in our social circle? Isn't she just a woman trying to climb the social ladder using men? This is truly foolish, not good at business and getting tricked by a woman. The discussions from below the stage grew uglier, and Stacy and Ryan on stage instantly became the biggest fools. Henry finally lost his temper, pointing at the stage and roaring. Get someone here now. Drag this scoundrel and this Stacy out of here. If they cause any more trouble, kick Ryan out of the Vance. I don't have such a foolish son. By the time the security guards dragged the two off the stage, Ryan seemed to snap back to reality and shouted at me. Grace! Grace! I was wrong. She seduced me, she tricked me, it's all her fault, it has nothing to do with me. Give me one chance, don't marry my brother, please, don't marry my brother. His shouts echoed throughout the ballroom. Stacy's father erupted in a fit of rage. Get them out of here. Quickly. After the two were dragged out, the ballroom finally fell silent, and the wedding ceremony resumed its course. Marcus and I, holding our glasses, received the guests' blessings together. Just when I thought the matter was over, the commotion outside the door once again drew everyone's attention. Murder! Murder! Is anyone there? Hearing this, everyone rose and looked towards the door. After all, it was Marcus's and my engagement party today. How could it be interrupted repeatedly? Marcus and I exchanged a glance and quickly walked outside. Standing outside the door were none other than Ryan and Stacy. Ryan had found a knife from somewhere and was relentlessly stabbing Stacy again and again. Stacy was already lying in a pool of blood, her condition unknown. Ryan, however, seemed to have lost his mind, his eyes unfocused, mechanically repeating the action with his hand over and over. You, Stacy, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. It's all because of you. If it weren't for you, how would I have fallen so low? You, Stacy, die, just die. If you die, Grace won't be mad at me anymore. Ryan looked too deranged, and with a knife in his hand, no one dared to approach and stop him for a while. After stabbing Stacy countless times, Ryan finally stopped, and his eyes regained their focus. With a clang, he threw the knife to the ground, a strange smile on his face as he stood up and walked towards me, step by step. Grace, Stacy is dead. Don't be angry anymore. Didn't we promise to always be together? You're supposed to marry me. Come on, let's go in and get married. We'll be together forever. His face was splattered with blood, and blood dripped from his clothes. He looked absolutely terrifying. Frightened by his appearance, I instinctively took a step back. Ryan saw my reaction, his smile vanished, and he looked at me with a brutal gaze. Grace, are you trying to avoid me? Are you scared of me? How can you be scared of me? Didn't you say you loved me? It's all right, Grace, I forgive you. Come to me. Seeing his unstable state, Marcus shielded me behind him and subtly signaled to the bodyguards nearby. The bodyguards swarmed forward, forcefully pinning Ryan to the ground, holding him firmly. Ryan struggled desperately, yelling and roaring. Marcus, you're not human. Ever since we were kids, you've tried to take everything from me. Now you're even trying to take Grace away. Have you always had feelings for Grace? Marcus, I'll kill you, I'll kill you. I'll haunt you even after I'm a ghost. Marcus landed a heavy kick to Ryan's face, cutting short Ryan's frenzied shouts. I've never taken anything from you. From childhood, you've never put in any effort, whether it was studying or working, you always slacked off whenever you could. Your mind was filled with nothing but gambling, chasing women, and playing musical instruments. As for Grace, she's an individual, not something to be taken in by anyone. You simply failed to cherish her. Marcus nodded to the bodyguards, and they dragged Ryan away like trash. After the matter was resolved, Marcus, seeing how shaken I was, carefully pulled me into his embrace. Don't listen to him. He's insane, everything he says is nonsense. But he did say one thing right, I truly have had feelings for you for a long time. Grace, thank goodness you ultimately chose me. I wrapped my arms tightly around Marcus, feeling a sense of peace I had never known before. It's I who should be thanking you. Marcus,